Hey everyone, it's Sarah Spiker, business strategist and performance mentor for women entrepreneurs, especially those in service based online businesses. The other day I made a video and I was talking about how service providers are struggling with time tracking in order to be paid, and a couple of ways that you can shift that in case you're agonizing over that same issue as well. So today I want to piggyback on that and take it even a step further. Inspiration came from a question that I was asked in one of the forums. Again, I'm, as you can see, very active in different forums, and it's a great way to network and meet people and actually be of service. So the person mentioned how they raised their rates and lost a client. It happens. It happens all the time. Whether you raise your rates or not, the clients are gonna come, clients are gonna go. Sometimes it's just a bad fit. Sometimes they're just not willing to reach deeper in their pockets in order to keep you on their team. What I'd like to share with you is also tapping into my past as a virtual assistant. When I started out, I feared that even the low rates that I was charging, really beginning rates, were going to be too much because at the time I had an employee mindset and I was calculating what was my hourly rate at the job and then trying to apply that into my work as an entrepreneur. And I kept thinking through, I was seeing things through that lens, and it was very, very limiting because we all know that operating as an entrepreneur is way different from operating as an employee. That's the conversation for another time. What happened as my experiences started to accumulate, as I was learning and learning from others, observing, supporting others, my confidence grew. And through investing in business and personal development, which is something I highly encourage you to think about in case you aren't doing it yet, um, I was able to command much, much, much greater fees towards the end of my career as a VA and virtual business manager before I restructured my business to do what I do now. And here's four things that I'd like you to take away from this video, four tips I'd like you to hear and consider for your business. It's like I said, yeah, in the other video as well, I don't advocate for slapping a zero on something and going from it. Not at all. What I'm going to share with you here needs to be done with integrity and honesty and based on your confidence that first and foremost, you know what your clients need. You have what they need. You can deliver and you actually do deliver. So there are four components to that. Without those four components, this video is not going to be of much service for you. So the four things for you to consider as you try to raise your rates and you wonder how to have those conversations with your clients and what to do before those conversations even take place. First and foremost, focus on the value that you provide. I shared before many, many times a story about how you can verbalize that. Focus on the results your clients are gonna get through working with you. It's very common in the VA and online business management industry and many other industries to sell your clients on the saved time and saved money. This is very abstract. When you're able to articulate what exactly is that your clients are going to be able to achieve in that saved time and translate it into additional revenues they'll be able to generate, conversation is much different and the value that you bring on board is now much greater. See the difference? Okay, so focus on creating that value, on communicating that value that you provide. Secondly, track the results you're getting for your clients because that can be some information that you leverage in conversations moving forward when you know what you've done for them in the past, what the results of that work were, and what they were able to go on to create and achieve consequently. Tip number 3, be proactive and foresee your clients' needs, foresee their next move, and be there for them, either as a guide, either as a resource, either as a support and providing service as their needs change and accelerate and increase, and whatever the term is that you want to use. How does that look like? Well, when your client is talking about that they want to start writing a book, awesome. Don't wait for them to start delegating tasks to you. Be proactive, be creative, ask them what would you like to achieve? What can you do to support them? Tap into your own knowledge, experience, and resources and say, listen, I've been supporting somebody like that. I remember this is what they needed. Do you think you might be needing that as well? What can I do for you to make the process easier? Can I start researching some of the publishers? Can I help you with XYZ? Engage them so you can beat them along the way. And if not, don't try to pretend that you have what they need. Be honest. Say, listen, I haven't done this before. I'd be happy to stay on board. Do you want me to start researching who we can bring to join our team in order for you to be fully supported in that? And that also goes for the social media marketing. I might be biased a little bit, but I've had so many conversations where people told me, oh, my high school niece is on Facebook and Instagram. She'll handle my social media. That's not a big deal. To which my response usually was, okay, great. She has math classes too, right? Oh, yeah, she does. Okay. Is she your business bookkeeper? No. Why? Well, just curious, since she has math classes in school, I thought, she might be able to handle your finances too. Just out of curiosity. It's amazing what conversations happened afterwards and how eye-opening that was for people. Anyhow, without further ado, tip number 4. Make it clear in advance that your rates are subject to change and that you reserve the right to reevaluate them even throughout the contractual commitment that you have with each other, especially when you perform things based on the scope. You need to be able to go back, review what you're doing on a regular basis, and adjust the fees, adjust the scope accordingly. And that will benefit you and it will benefit your clients, especially if it turns out that they're overpaying you. Have policies in place how to handle that. If they're underpaying you, have policies in place how to handle that. Still, consult your legal advisor on details of creating such contracts to make sure that would upheld in court if needed. God forbid you ever get there. And just a little bonus tip, when you have those conversations with your clients and when you are honest, when you present your value, just keep in mind the terms like courtesy and honor can go a very, very long way when they come from the heart. So that's a couple of nuggets from me. I hope you found them helpful. Again, if you need help crunching your numbers, trying to figure out what fees would make sense for you, what structure would make sense for you, and how to move forward with your clients, I'm happy to have that conversation with you and to see what's possible, where are the opportunities that are not being tapped, and where are the leaks that are happening with what you already do have in place. Let me know, and until then, I'll catch you the next time. Bye.